Hello, beautiful people. How are you all doing today? Hope you guys are doing well. Today's video, we are going to talk about how you can successfully apply for your student visa or the national D type visa and relocate to Italy this year. Please, if you want to do this, you know somebody who is applying for this visa, you know somebody who wants to move abroad this year, tell the person to watch this video, send the video to the person, tell them to subscribe to the channel, and do not forget to share with your family members. If you are still to apply to any university in Italy this year, understand that there is a possibility, but the only disadvantage you might have right now is maybe the program you are looking for, you may not have a program right now because most institutions are closed. However, do not only rely on Italy. Extend your tentacles, try to apply to other countries as well, okay, in case it doesn't work out. Because remember, my policy is a policy I've been using over the years, because this is not my first country to immigrate in. I live in the Netherlands, to those who do not know. So do not apply to one school, don't apply to 5. If you have a way, apply to many. Look, before I came here, I applied to 13 institutions in 7 different countries. I got 5 admissions, 2 in Canada, 1 in the Netherlands, 1 in Italy, and 1 in Lithuania, right? But I decided to choose the Netherlands because it is a higher economy. Not that Italy and Lithuania was bad, but like I said, I was looking for a bigger economy because I didn't just move because of money. I was looking at other things. So it is more advantageous for you to do research before you move. If you are new, my name is Milton. I'm a Cameroonian. Thank you. So this video is basically about those who want to apply to Italy. I will talk about documents you need towards the end. I will talk about the proof of funds. I will talk about some few things you need to know. Let's go gradually. First thing first, if you want to successfully apply for a student visa this year or a national visa to relocate to Italy this year, then I will encourage you, do not give up, okay? Because I see some people, they are like, Milton, I do not have the money. What can I do? Try to find around to see if you can actually get this money. I know it's not going to be that easy. I know it's not going to be that hard again, but with you might be affected psychologically somehow, because moving abroad procedure or process is never an easy thing. I can guarantee you that I've been through this stage. You are going to feel like you are abandoned, but do not give up. I am here to tell you that my story was worse than yours, but I am here, so you can do it. The first thing I would like to say is, I see some people saying that you can apply for a short stay visa and immigrate abroad, then later change it. The short stay visa here I'm talking about is this visa we call the Schengen visa. Look, some of you will go to people and they will tell you, oh, we can do business visa for you. We can do tourist visa for you. We can do visit visa for you. We can do this other visa, conference visa for you. We can do tourism visa for you. These are just terminologies. If you are not well educated, they might use it to woo you. All these visa categories I named to you now, they are all short stay visas, which means that they cannot give you more than 90 days stay in Europe. So in general term, the name given to all of this category according to European standard or for Europe is called the Schengen visa. Now, with that visa, you can be in Europe for 3 months maximum. Then you exit. But the visa can be given to you for 5 years, which means every 3 months in every 180 days. You understand what I mean? If you do not understand, comment below so somebody can inform you. So what I'm trying to say is, do not go abroad or do not take the short stay visa, the Schengen visa, with the intention that you are going to swap it. It's going to be difficult. I hope you understand. Then also, let's go to the issue of the Italian student visa for 2025. First important information you should note is that you have to go for fingerprint this year. This is a new rule. I don't know if you gave your fingerprints, those of you in Italy, I don't know if you did that last year, but you have to give it this year. Rule number 1. Rule number 2, when you arrive in Italy, try to get your residency as fast as possible. According to my archives, you have to get it within 8 days. But in as much as you are already in Italy, I do not think there is a problem with that. Then another thing you should pay close attention to is your proof of funds if you are trying to apply to Italy. I'm going to talk about the most difficult part right now. Please, if you are watching this video and you know somebody who is going to be applying for an Italian student visa without this document called Guarantor, tell the person to watch this video till the end, then share the video and make sure the person get the Guarantor. The reason is because if you get the Guarantor, your chances of getting the visa is higher, at least 90%. If you get one guarantor, you may have like maybe 80-90%. If you get two guarantors, your probability of getting the Italian student visa is almost 100%. Irrespective of the other things, let me not say irrespective, but if you arrange the other documents well and get two guarantors, you might be good to go. Now, those of you who have your own money, is going to be a hurdle, yes. Normally this process I just gave you now, it's not mentioned on the embassy's website, but you have to use your brain, right? It's not everything that they will mention on their website. Now, this guarantor thing basically work like the same way affidavit of support or blocked account work for Germany, Norway, the Netherlands, Belgium, and the other countries. So try to get somebody who lives abroad. The person must not only live in Italy. If the person lives anywhere around the EU or the Schengen zone, or if the person is sponsoring you, or the person, the guarantor I mean here, lives in the US or Canada or Australia, fine and good. It is good. Get their bank statement, let them write the sponsorship letter and give it to you. You notarize the other one. They will notarize it because they are the one writing. You attach your documents together and you submit. Now, remember I said you should try and get two guarantors. If you have just one guarantor and you have your own money in your private account, no problem. Just submit your bank statement. But if you got two guarantors who live abroad, fantastic. You are in the right position. If you have your own money in your own bank account and you do not have a guarantor, because I know so many of you who do not have anybody, okay, and for you to get a guarantor, you might have to pay somebody abroad. I would say that if the money is huge, let's say if you see a guarantor, I don't know any, but if you find one and they say give us something for us to give you the doki, right? Please, I would say if the money is not above 1,000 euros, get it, okay? But if you do not have any choice, do not lose hope, pray, and drop your application, because of course, as you are doing your thing, the universe is seeing what you are doing, okay? Everybody is not the same. Remember, it's not just about documentation. In as much as I say you have 99% guarantee, the universe also has a greater part to play here. So these are some things you need to put into consideration. Now, we've talked about the guarantor. The proof of funds now, the amount you need has changed. Presently, you need at least 534.41 euros per month to study in Italy, and this money has to be 500. The 500 is just for 1 month. For your accommodation, your feeding, your transportation, and anything you need for 1 month in Italy. Italy is very cheap, guys. This money is not even, this money alone is, I think, is just above my accommodation in the Netherlands. You now understand that the higher the economy, the higher the rents, the higher the living costs, and of course, the higher the salary, right? That is the way it is. So you cannot compare the two. But again, hey, if your target is to get the Italian passport, note that the passport is powerful. Dutch passport, powerful. So many powerful passports in Europe. Now, we've talked about the proof of funds. So for your proof of funds, you have to multiply 534.41 times 12. If you do that, you are going to get something around 6,947 euros. Let's just say your proof of funds is 7,000 euros. This is the amount that must reflect on your guarantor's letter, the bank statement your guarantor is going to give to you. Then if you do not have a guarantor, like I said, apply. Don't give up. Apply and make sure you have this money. And this is when your tuition fee is not inclusive. Let's assume that because when you get admissions, most Italian universities will not ask you for 1 year tuition. They might ask you to pay just 500 or maybe 250 or 350 euros. It depends. But if they do not ask you to pay and you still have tuition to pay, add the tuition to this proof of funds. Then don't forget that those of you who got scholarship, I'm answering equation now. You have to move first to Italy before you can get access to that money, especially the Mayasi scholarship and the regional scholarship. Therefore, you need a bank statement to apply. So do not forget all of this. It's very important so that at the end of the day, you don't say Milton didn't tell me. I'm just explaining these things so you know. Another thing you should pay attention to is the insurance, medical insurance. You need to get an insurance, guys. Get your insurance for 1 year. This is the advice I will give you. There are so many insurance companies around. Go around your neighborhood or go to big cities. Check online. I don't want to mention their names here. Okay, but this video is strictly for educational purpose only. So that is what you should know. Then another thing is the accommodation. You need to get accommodation. You need to get a place you have to stay. I do not know how the accommodation system works in Italy, but I know it's a bit complicated, the same way like in the Netherlands. But of course, in Italy, there is a hope because many people have the accommodation, probably just the method of booking it and all. If you have someone in Italy, let them give you a contract, okay? Then you find your own accommodation when you go in. It's that simple. However, if you do not have, first of all, ask your university, tell them to give you external links, and be careful so you don't give money to people you don't see. Please avoid doing business with people you don't see them physically, like me, who do not have websites. For me, I have my FB platform too. I have 3 pages on FB. I have an Instagram. I have my 1TK. I have 2 of these YT platforms. 2. If you check the video description box, you are going to see all of them, which means you can see me anywhere. Okay, so do business only with people like this. Don't do business. I was talking to somebody, they lose almost 4 million. To somebody, they claim the person lives in Canada. The IP address of the person's contact is in Cameroon. So please be conscious. Now, we've talked about accommodation, we've talked about insurance, we talked about proof of funds, and I've also talked about short stay visas. Now, to those of you who do not have money to study, maybe you are thinking, oh, my money is not up to. Maybe you have just small amount of money and you want to use the short stay visa, maybe the Schengen visa. I'm going to make a different video talking about Schengen visas to Italy, Iceland, Norway, Luxembourg, every country, okay? The video will drop soon. So this is only for those who do not want to go to school. But remember, when you get into these countries, it's not going to be possible to get a job with the visa and then to go to school easily or to swap that visa. Therefore, you will have to ask for Aduro. If you think Aduro is not going to be a problem for you, then you take this option and move in, okay? Then when you come in, you ask for Aduro. When you come in, you ask for the centers where you can register for that. But please pay attention to some countries, because some places, when you ask for this Aduro, is going to just push you into mental issues. So before you even take Aduro, if you even think of taking Aduro, plan yourself well before you move from home, so that when you get here, you don't get confused. But if I'm to advise you, I will tell you, as a young person, as a married person, as a single guy, try to target the academic route, because to me, looking at my experience for over 5 years doing moving abroad opportunities, this is the best way, student pathway. If you are not using express entry to Canada or permanent residency to Canada, the pathway, use the student pathway to move abroad. But if you do not have the funds and you think Aduro is not going to be a problem, take Aduro. Again, read more about this so you understand. More videos dropping.